As realtors, we all want to make as much money as humanly possible, but a lot of agents that I see are leaving a ton of money on the table. So what I want to do in this video is give you 4 simple things you can do in order to make more money doing the exact same thing you're already doing. So what this is going to do is it's going to help you drastically improve your profit margins, even if your revenue stays the same. So without further ado, let me show you how to crush it in order to make sure you're making the most amount of money humanly possible for the effort that you're putting into your business. What's up, guys? It's Mike Sherrard with the Realty. I train thousands of agents every day to scale their business the modern way, and I'm doing something new. Going forward, once a week, every week, I'm going to be looking at all the names that subscribe to my channel, like and comment on one of my videos that week, and I'm going to be putting them into a random draw in order to give away a free copy of my social media training, showing you how to dominate your market using every social media platform at the highest level, everything you could ever need to know, step-by-step tutorials. I'm going to be giving away over $50,000 of training this year for free to people that engage and show some love to my content. So without further ado, let's show you these 4 things that you can do in order to make a whole lot more money. Number 1, understanding that there's 3 components to actually making money. Let me explain here. 2 realtors sell the same house. Both realtors sell a house for $400,000, let's say. Which one made more money? Well, they both made the same amount of income, but the one that made the most amount of money was the one that had the least amount of time and least amount of stress involved in doing that transaction. Because when you look at making money, there's 3 components to income, which is the money component, the stress component, and the time component. So being very mindful of the time and stress you're putting into a transaction is going to drastically affect the money that you're making, because ultimately, time is money. And if you're spending more time doing things because of inefficiencies, because of lack of processes, and you're also dealing with stress with clients that you're really not enjoying working with, or communication is broken and things are just not going properly, you're losing a lot of money. So it's really important to start to work with clients that have proper expectations, which you can pre-frame in the beginning, and also making sure that you've got streamlined systems and processes in order to duplicate every single transaction so that you're not doing these inefficient tasks one by one over and over and over. You're actually reducing the time to do the same thing repeatedly. Number 2 is to create leverage and focusing on income producing activities. Let me explain. Using video, for example, this is probably one of the most common examples I see because I preach video so hard. YouTube. There's a lot of agents I see that are spending 30 to 60 minutes designing their own Canva thumbnail. Well, when you look at that, you could outsource that to Fiverr for $5 or $10 per thumbnail. You're trying to make over 6 figures per year. Ultimately, you're not going to be able to make 6 figures if you're doing $5 or $10 an hour tasks. That's below minimum wage, a third of minimum wage in most places. So when you look at this, you need to start to identify things as investments into your businesses and not just expenses, because a lot of people think money going out has to be an expense. It's not, with the caveat. It's not an expense, it's an investment into your business, so long as you take that time and reallocate it to income producing activities. So instead of spending an hour designing a freaking thumbnail on Canva, outsource it for $10 on Fiverr to somebody that does that all day, every day, which means it's actually gonna look a hell of a lot nicer. And then spend that 1 hour door knocking, cold calling, following up with your sphere, creating more content, going to a networking event, or something that is an income producing activities. Because if you look at the time you spend on income producing activities, your hourly wage is probably more like $50 an hour, $100 an hour. So you want to make sure that if it is less than that, especially significantly less than that, that you're outsourcing those activities and reallocating that time into activities that are going to generate you more deals. Number 3, properly leveraging your sphere and nurturing your database to get repeat and referral. Let me explain. The most expensive clients are going to be new clients that have never heard of you before. These are going to be cold leads. These are going to be things like Facebook ads. These are going to be things like Google ads, or people that, again, are coming through your social media blindly. These are more expensive because you have to nurture them. You have to build the relationship with them. You have to spend money to even get them. And then all the time it takes to follow up and the like to go through the whole process. Whereas repeat and referral, you get to skip all of that and go straight to a warm connection, and either A, somebody you've already worked with, or B, somebody that you have worked with and is referring somebody new, and that relationship is already built in some way, shape, or form. So if you talk to anybody, it is way cheaper to acquire a client from somebody you've already worked with or through somebody that you've worked with than going out and getting a new one. But the problem is a lot of agents are solely focused on getting more and more and more leads, more people through the door, through their ads and things like that. And they're avoiding and ignoring the people that they already have. And if you look at the average stats, if you properly leverage each client that you've worked with over the lifespan of your career, that should turn into about 7 more clients. But a lot of people are just stopping at the one single client, trying to go find more. Whereas if you spent more time properly nurturing your database, you would build what every top producer tells you they do, which is relying on their sphere with repeat and referral. So if you really want to increase your profit margins, start to work with the cheapest clients that are going to yield the same amount of income. And number 4 is kind of a two-pronged one, which is focusing on your personal brand, as well as marketing that gets clients coming directly to you, which is efficient and effective. Let me explain. If you look at any strong personal brand, and this is not just for real estate, this is for any industry, but let's use realtors for an example. If you look at anybody that is a strong personal brand, they acquire clients much cheaper than the average agent because they have clients coming to them, which allows them to become and also remain top of mind. And by doing that, they don't have to spend as much money as the average agent acquiring clients because clients are coming directly to them. And that comes by developing a strong top of mind personal brand, which everybody should be focusing on right now. Now, additionally to that is the marketing component, which is focusing on effective and efficient marketing. If you look at effective ways to generate clients, cold calling, door knocking, very effective if you do it right and if you practice your scripts and know how to approach it, but it's not efficient. It's a one-to-one scale. You're putting 3 hours into prospecting, you get 3 hours of business growth out. If you look at something by like leveraging properly optimized YouTube videos, which my free training shows you how to do, if you want it, drop a comment below. What this allows you to do is put out a video once, and that video is essentially going to door knock for you 24/7, 365 every single day. And this is not only efficient, because it's a one-to-many relationship, it's scalable, but it also allows you to get your time back, and it's effective because it's value-driven, it's building a connection with people, and it converts at about 60 to 70% with people coming directly to you from places like YouTube. So by focusing on your brand and doing things that are going to attract clients more frequently, this is going to allow you to drastically increase your profit margins because you're not gonna have to go spend as much to get a new client. So if you have any other questions, drop a comment below. Otherwise, please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.